I often think about the psychology of starting something new. There's this specific kind of terror, I think, that's attached to entrepreneurship. I always picture a garage. It's late.
Right.
And it's just floor to ceiling with cardboard boxes. I've spent my life savings on, I don't know, 5,000 coffee mugs.
Yeah, the classic inventory nightmare.
And I'm just standing there realizing I have no clue how to sell them. The silence is just heavy.
That is a capital risk barrier. It's what stops, I think, 99% of people before they even get going.
Right. But we're looking at a set of sources today. Blueprints, articles that claim that specific nightmare is, well, obsolete.
Yeah.
We are talking about a method to launch a legitimate, functioning e-commerce brand sourcing site marketing. The whole thing.
For a total budget of $1.
One single dollar.
It sounds like total clickbait.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, when I first read that, I rolled my eyes.
Me too.
But when you actually dig into the mechanics of it, it's not some kind of magic trick. It's a very specific use of the current tech stack, especially AI.
And how it's just eroded the cost of entry.
Completely. We're looking at a global supply chain you can run from a laptop with basically zero inventory risk.
So that's our mission today. We're going to stress test this $1 AI e-commerce blueprint. We need to figure out, is this actually viable?
Yeah.
Or is just more noise?
And we have a pretty clear map for it. First, we'll look at the business model itself, dropshipping, but, updated for 2026.
Okay.
Then we'll break down the specific tech stack that keeps you under that $1 limit. We'll get into the AI copy, the free marketing, and then the psychological trap they call the dip.
Okay. Let's start right at the beginning. The model. The sources call it AI e-commerce, but underneath all the branding, isn't this just dropshipping?
It is.
And I have to ask, doesn't that word carry a lot of baggage? Cheap junk, 6-week shipping times.
Oh, a ton of baggage. But the fundamental physics of it are what matter here. In your garage example, you pay for the mugs months before you ever sell one.
Right.
In this model, you're basically a curator. You set up a digital storefront. A customer buys, say, a pull-up bar from you for $30. You have that money.
Okay, so I'm holding the $30.
Only then do you turn around and pay a supplier $10 to ship it directly to them.
And I keep the $20 spread.
You keep the 20. You never even touch the box. You're just arbitraging information. You found the customer, you connected them to the product.
So I'm funding the cost of the goods with the customer's own money.
Precisely. And the reason the sources add AI to the name isn't just for buzz, it's about speed.
Okay.
Historically, the time risk was huge. You had to be a web designer, a copywriter, a logistics expert. The blueprint argues that AI has collapsed that whole timeline.
From what, weeks?
From weeks down to about 60 minutes.
60 minutes? To build a business? That feels aggressive. Let's get into the nuts and bolts, the tech stack. If I have $1 and I'm not a coder, how do I build a store?
You're using a specific chain of tools. The first one is an AI builder they mentioned called Build Your Store. It's like a layer that sits on top of Shopify.
Okay, pause there. Why not just go straight to Shopify? It's a huge platform. It seems user-friendly enough, right?
It is, but it's still manual. You still have to pick a theme, drag and drop stuff, write your legal pages, figure out the navigation.
All the little decisions that take forever.
Build Your Store just automates that. You give it an email, a password, and the AI generates the layout, the standard pages, the whole structure. It takes maybe 2 minutes.
So it automates all the tedious setup.
Exactly. It handles the boring parts so you don't get stuck picking a font for 3 days.
But here's where the math doesn't add up for me. Shopify is not free. It's like $30 a month. We're already way over our $1 budget.
And that's the critical financial hack in the blueprint. You have to use a very specific introductory offer. Shopify often run the deal. You get a 3-day free trial, and that's followed by 3 months for $1 a month.
I see. So you're buying yourself a runway.
You're buying yourself a 90-day runway. That's the real constraint. You have 90 days to make enough profit to cover the subscription when it kicks in.
And if you haven't sold a single thing in 3 months,
then the problem isn't the $30 software fee, it's that nobody wants what you're selling.
That's a very fair point. Now, there was a specific tip in the source material about the type of store to set up. It warned against the one product store at the start.
Boy.
That focus was good.
Focus is good, but one product is really risky for a beginner. If you build your entire brand around, I don't know, a specific posture corrector and it flops.
You have to tear the whole thing down and start over.
Exactly. The advice is to pick the free store option, which lets you have a small catalog. You want to be able to test 3 or 4 related items.
So you're hedging your bets from day one.
Yeah, we're gathering data. If one thing sells and the others don't, then you pivot the whole brand to focus on that winner.
Okay, so we have the shell of a store. It costs us $1. Now we actually need to fill the shelves. This brings us to the niche selection. And the sources were pretty harsh on what they call the general store.
Oh, the digital flea market?
Yeah, selling dog leashes next to iPhone cables next to blenders.
It just kills all trust instantly. A customer lands there and it just screams amateur or, even scam. You need a story.
Right.
The framework they suggest for picking that niche is the passion versus market matrix.
Walk us through that, because follow your passion can be terrible business advice if your passion is like collecting lint.
Right. So the market side of it asks a simple question. Are people actively spending money to solve problems in this space?
Okay, is there a hungry crowd?
And the passion side asks, can you create content about this for 6 months without completely burning out?
You need that overlap.
You need the overlap. The case study they use is sports and fitness.
That's a huge,
It lets you get really specific with problem solving.
And that seems to be the key thing, solving a pain point.
Yeah.
We hear that buzzword all the time. What does it actually mean here?
It means targeting a sharp, acute frustration. The example given is the work-from-home employee.
Okay.
They're sitting all day, maybe their back hurts, they're gaining weight, and they don't have time to drive to a gym. That's not a want. That's a daily physical discomfort.
So when you sell them a product, you're not selling a piece of metal.
You're selling pain relief. That's it. Branding isn't your logo. It's the story you tell about the problem. Brand A sells a pull-up bar. Brand B sells the end of back pain for busy dads.
Brand B wins.
Every time.
But I want to push on this a little. I can get a pull-up bar at Walmart. I can get it on Amazon tomorrow. Why is anyone buying from my tiny $1 Shopify store?
That is the #1 question, and it's totally valid. The answer is about impulse and curation. You are not competing with Amazon on search. If someone types pull-up bar into Google, Amazon wins. You are interrupting their scroll on social media with a solution they didn't know they needed in that exact moment.
You're catching them upstream before they even think to search.
Right, and you're presenting it better. Which leads us to the product sourcing and the copy. The tool recommended here is AutoDS.
AutoDS.
Right, automated dropshipping. It connects your store to suppliers, mostly in China, who have the inventory. You use it to find products that fit 3 criteria.
Which are?
1, it solves a problem. 2, it has a good margin. And 3, this is crucial. It's not something you can just easily find at the corner store.
Okay, so you find this pull-up bar on AutoDS, you import it, but the default description from the supplier is usually just garbage, right? Like steel, 10 pounds black.
It's worse than garbage. It's a spec sheet. And this is where the AI comes back in. The source calls this the magic prompt.
The magic prompt.
Most people just ask ChatGPT, write a description for this, and they get back generic fluff.
So how do we engineer a better prompt? I want the specific instructions.
You have to be super directive. The source outlines a structure. First, you tell the AI its role. You are a direct response copywriter.
Giving it a job title, I like that.
Second, the audience. Busy fathers working from home.
So not just people, you're giving it a specific person to talk to.
Exactly. And third, the structure. Catchy headline, 1 paragraph agitating the pain of back problems, 5 bullet points on benefits, not features.
So steel construction becomes safety you can trust when you're working out.
Exactly. You are translating specs into emotional utility. You paste that result into Shopify, and suddenly you don't look like a dropshipper. You look like a premium brand.
It's pure translation.
Yeah.
From engineering speak to human desire.
That's the magic.
Okay, we're going to take a very short break. When we come back, I want to tackle the hardest part. Getting people to actually see this store without spending any money.
Sounds good.
We're back. So we have the store, which cost us $1. We have a product, which is virtual. We have premium copy written by AI, but we have 0 traffic. And since we have no budget, we can't just run Facebook ads. This is usually where the whole dream dies.
Yeah, the field of dreams fallacy.
Yeah.
If you build it, they will come.
They won't.
They will not. You have to go and get them.
The source calls this organic marketing, which is just a fancy way of saying trading your time for attention instead of your money.
Yeah.
So what are the actual strategies?
The heavy hitter is micro-influencer outreach. And micro is the really important word there. We are not talking about celebrities.
Right.
We're talking about the guy with like 2,000 followers who just posts his garage workouts every day.
Why are we targeting the small accounts?
Because he has a massive trust with his small audience, and he's probably never been offered a brand deal in his life. He doesn't want $5,000.
He just wants a cool product.
He's often happy just to get a free sample in exchange for a video.
But wait a second, the product costs money. If I'm sending out free samples, I'm already over my $1 budget.
That is a fair catch, yeah. The strict $1 budget is really for getting started with your own content. The influencer strategy is more like a level 2 move.
Once you've made a sale or two.
Right, but the source does note you can also start with a partnership where they just get a commission code, so there's no upfront cost for you.
Got it. And for the pure day one $0 start.
That's POV content.
Yeah.
Point of view.
Okay.
You don't even have to show your face. You film the bar on your doorframe. You put text over it that says POV. You just canceled your $100 gym membership for this. You use trending audio.
And just hope the algorithm picks you up. It feels a bit like buying a lottery ticket.
It is a numbers game. But unlike a lottery, you can buy more tickets for free.
By just making more content.
Right. If you post one video, yeah, you might flop. If you post 30 videos, the algorithm eventually finds the right audience for one of them.
The source also mentioned an email list as a secret weapon. Does that really matter for a dropshipping store?
Yeah.
It feels very 2010.
It's more relevant than ever because you don't own your TikTok audience. If your account gets banned tomorrow, you're back to zero.
But you own your email list.
An email list is an asset you own. The strategy is to offer a lead magnet, let's say a free PDF, 10 lunch break workouts.
So I trade them the free PDF for their email address.
Exactly. Now you can market the pull-up bar to them next week and maybe a yoga mat the week after. It costs you nothing to send an email.
Okay, let's talk about the reality of what happens next.
Yeah.
Say I do all this. I actually make a sale. I get the cha-ching notification. What happens then? Do I have to, call China?
No, and that's the beauty of this tech stack. Because AutoDS is connected to Shopify, it detects the order automatically.
Yeah.
It pulls the customer's name and address, sends it to the supplier, and places the order for you. It even grabs the tracking number and emails it to your customer.
It's automated fulfillment.
You could be asleep. You could be at your day job. The system just works without you having to touch every single order.
Ideally, yes. But we have to talk about the reality check section of the sources. Because we're making this sound very, very smooth. And real business is never smooth.
Not at all. The source introduces this concept of the dip. It's a term from Seth Godin.
Describe the dip for us.
It's that long, quiet, lonely trough between the initial excitement of launching and the first sign of any real success.
Yeah.
You build the store high energy, you post 3 videos high energy, and then nothing. 0 views, 0 sales, just crickets.
That's the filter. That's where people quit.
It is, and it's supposed to be there. If it were easy, the market would be saturated in 10 seconds. The people who succeed are the ones who treat the dip as part of the process, not a sign of failure.
They just keep going.
They post the 4th video, they send the 20th DM.
And what if the product? What if it just sucks? What if no one on earth wants the doorway gym?
Then you kill it. And this is probably the most important insight of this whole blueprint. In the old model, if your coffee mugs failed, you were bankrupt.
Right, because I own 5,000 of them.
In this model, if the pull-up bar fails, what are you out? The 3 hours it took you to set it up.
And the $1.
And the $1. You just go back into AutoDS, you pick a posture corrector, you run the AI prompt again, and you have a brand new business by dinner.
The pivot cost is basically 0.
Exactly.
That is incredibly liberating. It changes the whole question from can I afford to fail to how fast can I test?
That's it. It's an experiment, not a marriage.
So let's recap the big idea here, if we're going to stack the layers for everyone listening.
Okay, layer 1, the setup. Use build your store and that Shopify deal to get professional infrastructure for $1.
Layer 2, the product.
Yeah.
Use AutoDS to find a solution to a real physical pain point.
Layer 3, the messaging. Use that magic prompt to turn boring specs into emotional benefits people actually want.
Layer 4, the traffic, POV content, and organic outreach to get attention without spending a dime.
And layer 5, the mindset. You have to push through the dip because your financial risk is basically 0.
It's really elegant. It strips away all the usual excuses. You can't say, I don't have the money anymore.
And you can't say, I don't know how to code.
The only variable left is, will you actually do the work?
That's it.
And that's really the call to action from the source material. The checklist is simple. Create the account, pick the niche, import 3 products, and post 1 video.
Yeah.
Don't let this just be another interesting thing you listened to and then forgot about.
The barrier to entry in 2026 is lower than it has ever been in human history. The tools are just, they're waiting.
Thanks for diving in with us. We'll see you in the next one.
Goodbye, everyone.